Among the man-made landmarks of this world, the Dragon's Cliff Gates stand as one of the most recognizable. Those sleeping giants have for hundreds of years looked upon many women and men sailing through them, eternal symbol of the capital's soft power. Its streets are filled with merchants offering goods from across regions, and its port the meeting point for hardened sailors and sailing enthusiasts. The decor is set, the excitation is steadily mounting. Welcome to the first ever DC Loop Race! Those cliffs will for sure be part of the landscape for the next couple of days, as we will get down to the dock. And good morning everyone. Welcome to Dragon's Cliff for what promises to be a very exciting week of sailing here. We have 3 boats in competition for this first DC Loop race. They are all ready and have been equipped in a fairly standard manner. But before diving into this, let's get personal with those boats. Our first contender is a favorite of the locals here, the Red Dragon Kakam, which is a usual sight in the seas of the Emerald Archipelago. It is featuring a 2-mast configuration with 3 sails. 2 junk sails, and as well as a small junk jib. Its profile means speed. Much bulkier, but nonetheless a serious contender, the Incognito from the Cog family, coming all the way from 40 string. The Cog is featuring actually 2 different types of sails configuration today. One which is an addition of different square sails from the bow to the stern, and another with a short genoa as well as a gaff. Reliable ship. Let's see how it can fare. And our last contender, the Flying Fin, coming all the way from the Alank region, although I believe it's been fairly tailored through its passage in the Firefish Lagoon. The Dow today featured a simple 2-sail configuration with an impressive 7-yard fin sail, as well as a tiny junk jib. The Dow is doesn't have the reputation for speed, so let's see. The rules for the race this week. Races will start at 7:30 in the morning, and the first day of sailing will end at 7:30 p.m. and our captain will be able to resume at 4:30 am. As you can see, both boats and player inventories have been standardized, and I'm sure you've noticed as well the red line marking both the point where folks will be leaving and finishing the race. The course for the DC Loop is fairly simple. Each captain will have the opportunity to either take the northern exit or the southern exit of Dragon Cliff, and then go around the western side of the island. No shortcuts allowed. And with that, as you can see, the Red Dragon is already anchored in the shipyard. It's gonna be fully inspected, and we will be ready to tomorrow's departure for our first race. And all bets are off. Good morning, everyone. It's almost 7:30 a.m. The Red Dragon is ready to go. Its captain ready to release the mooring line as 7:30 hits, and we're en route. Red Dragon starting the race by raising its mainsail. Try to get a little bit of speed. It seems like he's working on adjusting the weight a little bit, and the mizzenmast sail is off. Our first time checked will be at the gates, just to see how the first few hours of the race are going, and that will provide us with a nice benchmark for the other races as well. Wind seems to be moderate here, as I'm gonna interrupt myself for a second, as we will be able to check the time of passage under the gates. Looks like we have 9:23, 9:24, and we are off to the open sea. Well, those are the most open seas that we will get, as the jib gets deployed as well. Full sails out for the Red Dragon, as it's gonna take a southern course towards the bridge, as it's called here, this famous landmark outside of the Dragon cliffs. The wind is fairly moderate, blowing straight from the north, so that's very nice. But it may not provide as much speed as our captain is willing to get. However, keeping a very close trajectory from the shore here, trying to limit the number of miles that the boat has to get through. Gotta love the Kakam. Perfect boat to sail in those water. And here we are with the speed check. Speed check giving close to 8 knots. That's actually a very nice speed. Fine adjustment of the sails. Very aggressive here. Keep on playing with the balance of the boat. And the local favorite setting a high pace here. Approaching the Devil's Mouth now. And here is gonna be the tricky part for this race, as the boats are getting ready to tack around the Devil's Mouth. And yes, as you can see, with the wind direction, the Red Dragon has actually decided to not follow the coast too closely and try to find some decent speed a bit away from shore. And there is the tack. Is it too early? Might be. Future will tell. Beautiful sunset. What a race. Getting close from the 7:30 p.m. And yeah, that tack might have been too early. We'll see when the day resumes. Good morning, the mainsail is up, the mizzen and the jibs are up. Another day of sailing in the DC Loop race. With a fairly moderate wind, but the Red Dragon still able to make its entrance from the southern gates, or gates of of Dragon's Cliff as rain appears. We've always been wondering what type of role would the weather play in this race. Obviously, one of the biggest components who will decide who the winner is. And the red dragon finishes the loop. All eyes will be on the clock while we get a very nice shot of the Kakam clearing the dock. Definitely gonna close under 24 hours of sailing. What a boat, what a race. And we're approaching the line. Judges are ready to call out. And 9:10 a.m. final time for the Red Dragon. Very good first race without any benchmark, always difficult. The rain is still with us. Good morning. As we're watching the Incognito making its way to the shipyard. There was a slight delay in getting the cog over to the shipyard yesterday, so its race will actually start tomorrow, but we're fine. A quick word on the Red Dragon's race with a total time of 16 hours and 40 minutes, benchmark to beat, and the first to have that opportunity will be the Incognito with a departure scheduled for tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. Is ready, 7:30 approaching. The rain is gone, beautiful day, and we should be off to, I'm gonna say, a moderate start given what seems to be the wind strength here. Let's go. The Incognito deciding to go first with the I'm gonna say the close hull sailing configuration with the Genoa and the Gav there, which would make it for a safe exit out of the town and towards the gate there. Probably the best bet. It does feel like the cog it's taking its time though to reach its cruising speed. Approaching the gate. Let's look at the watch. And we are at 9:45 a.m. So that's effectively 20 minutes later than the Red Dragon. So looks like the captain of the Incognito has its task all cut out for himself. And he knows it. And as soon as the wind allows, he's going for the squares. Pushing past the 7 knots. We've seen the cog do better. But here it seems that he's definitely catching up on the Red Dragon here. Very good segment of the race. You've got to admire the handling of the cog. And here comes the tough part. Going back towards the other entrance of Dragon's Cliff. And yeah, another change of configuration. This is definitely what's gonna penalize the cog in those short technical races where it does take time to change your sails. And this time our captain deciding to stay closer from the shore. He's definitely got time to catch up, so going for the shorter course here. But as the night appears, looks like the Incognito is behind. He's gonna have to resume in the morning. What happened? He's not awake? No way. Good morning and thanks for joining us for the second day of the race of the Incognito with something totally unexpected that happened earlier. Our captain missed his alarm clock and hence started the second day of race with a solid 38 minutes delay. That's not gonna help him. Looks like we're having slightly more consistent wind this morning and that the cog is able to take on some speed as he is nearing the entrance of the cliff. Able to set up with the square just as he comes around, and he will be heading full speed towards the finish line. Will that be enough though? Will that be enough? And needless to say that regardless of the result, he's gonna think back about that not waking up on that second day of its race. The cog clearing the dock. Seems like he's doing good speed though. Let's see how he's gonna maneuver that turn. We know that the cog is not necessarily the best maneuverable ship here, but look at that beautiful change of wind, full square deployed, about to pass the finish line. What a finish! What a finish! And 11:15. 11:15 for the cog. The Flying Fin doesn't waste a minute and is sailing straight towards the departure line. Looks like the wind is picking up as well. Might be interesting for the third race. Looking back at the Incognito, final time of 18 hours and 45 minutes. So that's a solid 2 hours after the Red Dragon, who is now leading with the Incognito in second position. And we're just 48 hours away of knowing is this little guy right there will be able to create a surprise. Departure of the last race. Our captain is ready and we're off. With an interesting tactic here for departure. The captain of the Flying Fin pushing his boat much more, probably to get clear of the dock, because the wind is definitely out today. The rain as well is back, and looks like the cog is flying. Look at this profile. Amazing. Some have commented that the sail was too big for the boat and that would definitely make its handling much more challenging. As we have the passage of the gate. Are you kidding me? 8:45 a.m. I can't believe it. Passage of the gate 8:45 a.m. So that's a solid 40 minutes ahead of Red Dragon, and that's a full hour ahead of the Incognito. Amazing. I don't really envy the captain. As you can tell, the seas are rough, and the boat seems to be at the mercy of the element, and we have a storm coming straight for the Flying Fin here, straight from its stern. Let's see how it's gonna handle that. Definitely giving a push for speed, as we're gonna have a chance to monitor it here. Let's see what it shows. The chip plug, is it gonna break? It's not gonna break, but it shows a very nice 10 knots. Wow, that's an impressive speed. Way beyond the hull speed for the Dow. And when is it gonna stop? Approaching the Cape now. Looks like the wind has been dwindling a little bit. Still fairly consistent though. And the Flying Fin finally putting its tiny jib out. Maybe feeling more comfortable now that the wind has slightly dipped. And after a successful tack, going straight. Oh no, still going out. So none of the boats really ended up taking a course close to the shore here. Although you could argue that the Incognito kind of did. The key is how far do you allow yourself to go? Because you might get more speed, but you're also gonna have more miles. And here we are with the tack. Wow. Is the boat gonna survive though? The rescue teams are ready. That's a very dangerous list here. Is the captain gonna be able to balance this out and recover the situation? It looks like it. The boat did take in some water though. And now it's a straight line up to the mouth of the cliff. What a race. What a shot. The Dow might not be the crowd's favorite, but is definitely giving people here a good return on their money. And here we are. The night has not fallen yet, and the Flying Fin is in the mouth, is in the den of the Dragon. That's unbelievable. Still making very good speed. The light is starting to decrease substantially. Is that the last turn? Yes, it is. Coming into town, clearing the dock. Can he make it to the finish line before 7:30? No, he couldn't. Good morning. The last day of racing here as the Flying Fin is about to cross the finish line. What an exciting moment. The judges are looking at the clock. What happened? The boat stopped? Did he got stuck on the deck? Yes, it did. The captain is trying to get away. The boat is moving again, and here we go. 5:04. 5:04 time of arrival. That's a very impressive 12 hours and 34 minutes of racing. That's amazing. That's 4 hours ahead of the Red Dragon. That's a full 6 hours ahead of the Incognito. And with this beautiful victory, the Flying Fin is taking this leg of the race. One last hurrah for the road, for the time spent at sea. What a race! And here we are, 3 small boats in the same region, couldn't just pass on the occasion, and this episode is not gonna be officially part of the ocean journey, but would definitely not have happened without the ocean journey. Made some navigation mistakes in those races. I know that the sails were maybe not ideal for each boat, but hey, that's what we had. That was fun. And you know, if you're sailing around the Emerald Archipelago and feels like doing a DC loop and tell me what time you could pull off, I'll be there and might give it another go if you guys can come up with amazing times. And until then, thanks for watching, and I see ya.